Yo, what is going on, you guys? I'm FlipArtz or Kurt, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I managed to luckily complete the Dark Ops challenge in Black Ops 3's multiplayer mode called Dr.Lung. Now, these are one of the challenges that actually require some kind of luck. A lot of people would go and boost for this, but luckily enough, I didn't have to do any of that. This was a lucky thing on my end because this team that I was playing against was camping very hard. Now, for those of you that want to unlock the Dr.Lung challenge, what you got to do for this is you got to kill an enemy underwater when you are both close to drowning. So, I think when you are underwater, it takes about between 5 to 6, maybe 7 seconds to consider yourself as drowning, or when you're at the point of you're starting to drown and your character actually starts getting these little hiccups or starts getting these like little hit markers to let you know that you are starting to drown. You need to get out of water and get some air. Now, in this particular gameplay here, how I actually thought you were to complete Dr.Lung was that you had to kill an enemy underwater when you are about to drown. Not for both of you, but just you. So what I was actually doing here is I noticed that since this team was camping and they camped in every single game that I played in, that there was one particular guy who would camp in the same spot near the water. So what I would do is I would go underwater and I would wait for him just behind him because he was never looking behind him. He was always looking straight. So what I would do is sit behind him, wait till I would drown, and then I would shoot him. But in this particular clip here, what actually started to happen is when I was on my way to go and camp behind this guy, waiting for myself to drown and then take a shot at him, hoping that I would get the Dr.Lung challenge completed, is on my way there, someone actually shot me from behind, but they didn't actually manage to kill me. So I was a little bit drowning there. I was getting hit markered and stuff like that. So I turned around and I was waiting for this guy to show up, and I had a shotgun luckily, so I'd be able to get him in one shot. And then when he popped his head out, I shot him, and then I was going to turn around to finish the job because I knew I was probably about to die from drowning. So when I actually killed this guy, both me and him were actually on the verge of drowning ourselves. So when I killed him, I actually managed to get the Dr.Lung challenge completed. Now, honestly, getting this one completed is such a weight off my shoulders. There's some other ones that require a lot of luck as well, or some kind of planning at least, and you really got to figure out your team, what kind of kill streaks they're using, or what kind of tactics they're using, if they're camping a lot, where they like to hang out a lot and things like that. So with this particular team here, I managed to get really lucky finding out the pattern, seeing where a lot of them would camp and which corners they would go to, and then I could go and take advantage of that. But in a way, I was actually kind of lucky in this gameplay to actually unlock Dr.Lung, because I actually thought, again, the way to unlock it was that you had to drown, and before you drowned, you would kill somebody, but the way you would actually do it is that you both had to drown. So if that guy that actually came behind me and hit markered me never actually came throughout the whole gameplay, and I was actually camping behind this guy wondering why every time I killed him before I was about to drown and never got it, I probably would have never got it up until this day. So I guess in a way you could say that I kind of planned out how I wanted to unlock the Dr.Lung, and I managed to get a team full of campers, which helped out a lot. But the guy who ended up trying to get me from behind actually was a luck thing as well. I would have never known if this guy was actually ever going to go into the water, because in this whole gameplay, I never actually saw people go into the water from that section. They would only go through the buildings and go through those entry and exit ways and camp in those corners. Now, if you guys watch the gameplay closely here, what you're going to see is that there's going to be a particular part in the clip here where I actually die and suddenly it gets all corrupted looking, kind of jittery and things like that. And then what actually happened in this particular file for this gameplay is that it was actually corrupt. When I was actually saving it through Elgato, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened, it decided it's going to corrupt that particular game save that I was trying to do. So I was trying my best to save it, and I had the file, but every time I tried to open it up, it would say it's corrupt and there's something wrong with it. I tried to drop it into Sony Vegas, say can't open this file. So I started trying to do conversion files and things like that, trying to save this file as much as I could. So there were no audio that I could save for this gameplay, but I managed to save the gameplay, little bits and pieces here, and fix it up myself. So if you guys were wondering about what that whole weird jittery stuff and glitchy looking stuff was about, is because this actual file is a corrupted file, but I managed to save it as much as I could through conversions and things like that. So that's gonna wrap it up for Black Ops 3's multiplayer mode Dark Ops challenge Dr.Lung. Now, if you guys want a few tips, I suggest that you actually play on this particular map here, because a lot of people actually use this big body of water opposed to a lot of the other maps that do have big bodies of water. But a lot of people actually use this one. A lot of people use it to get from one building to the other side of where that waterfall is, behind the waterfall with a bridge. So if you guys really want to and actually complete this challenge, I'm not saying that you have to camp, but a big reason you're going to be able to get this is to actually camp. A lot of people go from the bridge over the waterfalls and things like that to get to the building, where a lot of people are camping in this video, back and forth and things like that. So what you guys can do if you want to play something like TDM or play something like Domination, where there's certain points in the game where people need to travel from the water to get to either side. So what you can do is just camp in your game, camp in the water, and it won't really do that that much of a big deal to you. You really just need to camp there for, you know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds before you drown. Just go back up, get your breath back, jump back in the water, and wait for somebody to walk right past you, swim right past you, and then shoot them up. I mean, really, that is the only kind of tip I can give you, because again, this kind of challenge is one of those very lucky challenges that you can unlock. It's very luck based. There's nothing you can really plan out. But for me, I could kind of plan this out, but I had a different way to unlock it in my head because it wasn't actually the right way, but luckily everything still worked out for me in the end. Again, this is a luck-based challenge, so, you know, try your best to do what you can with it. Hopefully, you just sit in the water long enough that someone's going to be coming from a different location, a different side, and you can take them out and unlock this one for yourself. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, let me know down in the comments below. Also, hit the like button as well, and if you guys are new, subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss out on any other awesome videos that I put out on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So, later days, and peace out.